अहमदाबाद ऑटो खाइंदो अच्छा वेटिंग फॉर्मेलिटी
हेलो हेलो साईं मसलाई करी मते सुबह साईं मसलाई करी मते सुबह दोस्त दादा सब आनंद करी वर्षरी कांग्रेस की तरफा मिनिस्टर ऑफ वेस्ट मिनिस्टर में चोटी कॉन्फ्रेंस ते उन ताके बड़ी कार चऊं था असा कॉन्फ्रेंस जे के शुरू करण खां पहिरीं हर 2 साल वर्षरी कांग्रेस जी इलेक्शन की जाए जंहिंमें बॉडी इलेक्ट थी गया उनमें ऑफिसर्स यूके यूरोप कैनेडा अमेरिका जा ऑर्गेनाइजर्स सिलेक्ट थींदा वो प्रोसेस असांजो मुकमल थियो ऐं उहा नई पार्टी जेका नेक्स्ट 2 इयर्स ताईं हूंदी उन जो ओथ सेरेमनी खां असां शुरू कंदासीं पहिरीं असां ओथ सेरेमनी करे उन खां पोइ कॉन्फ्रेंस जो इंट्रोडक्शन कराईंदासीं तव्हांखे भली कार चऊं था कॉन्फ्रेंस जे लाइ जेको असांजो ओथ कमिश्नर आहे ॼातल सुञातल शख्सियत सिंध जो जाखोड़ी तेज़ा साईं इमदाद ओडो जंहिं पंहिंजी सॼी ज़िंदगी सिंध जे सफ़र में गुज़ारी सियासत खां वठी सहाफ़त खां वठी शागिर्दी सिलसिले खां वठी शागिर्दी खां उन खां पोइ हर प्लेटफॉर्म ते हू तमामु एक्टिव रहिया करंटली हू रेडियो वॉइस ऑफ सिंध ऐं सिंध वेब टीवी जे जा डायरेक्टर्स आहिनि जेके अॼु बि उन्हनि पंहिंजी उमिरि में उमिरि रसीदा दौर में पंहिंजे लाइ अहिड़ा कलाक कमु कनि था त असांजी ख़ुशनसीबी आहे त साईं इमदाद ओडो असांजे विच में आहे ऐं साईं इमदाद ओडो असांजो ओथ कमिश्नर हूंदो ऐं असांजी पार्टीअ खे रिक्वेस्ट करे सघो स्टेज ते अचनि त जीअं असां ओथ सेरेमनी करे सघूं महिरबानी ऐं असांजा जेके बाजीअ में सिलेक्ट थिया आहिनि कुछ माण्हू अमेरिका मां आहिनि कुझु कैनेडा मां आहिनि ऐं यूके खां आहिनि ऐं यूएसए ऐं यूके कैनेडा जी ख़ुदि रिप्रेज़ेंटेशन आहे त कुझु माण्हू न आहे अची सघिया ऐं यूके पार्टी मां अॼु हफ़ीज़ा वधियो अञा ताईं रस्ते में आहे उहा बची ईंदी पर उहा असांजी ईसी निशान
hereby take on oath as a member of the executive committee.
Hereby take an oath as a member of the executive committee.
Affirm that I shall abide by the objectives
Affirm that I shall abide by the objectives
and bylaws of World City Congress. I shall carry out all the tasks assigned by the general body and executive committee of the World City Congress. I shall never compromise on the undeniable rights of self-determination of sin. I further affirm that I shall uphold the Sindhi principles of tolerance, respect of all,
and aspect of all
human beings.
Thank you very much.
साईं का दो मेहरबानी करवानी मेहरबानी करे सीट वठो ऐं जेके दोस्त आहिनि
आप पेपर साइन कर मोकिलियो
जेके दोस्त साइन का विधान कोल में जे विच में थी वियो त ही करे जेके विच वारी सीट को वठो कयो ऐं कोशिशि कयो त अॻियां सीट खे अचो वरी महिरबानी थी मेहरबानी करे वरी सीट वठो विद्यार्थी के लिए जो कोशिश करो कि अभी उसी को फिर करो सजन ऐसानी के नवासी विसरे सजन ऐसानी के नवासी विसरे है फिरी के और वतन दिल विसारियो जानती वो शहरा तो बगैर कयो वतन कृष्ण जन पान में पसो पकड़न मानो में करो असा वही पे बर्तानिया अमेरिका कनाडा जे कुछ माके सभी मेहमान के दिल के गहराई से खुश आमदीद कयूं था वर्ल्ड सिंधी कांग्रेस की चोटी कॉन्फ्रेंस सिंध आलमी कॉन्फ्रेंस है उन्हें जी असां स्टार्ट कई था त पहिरीं आउं गुज़ारिश कंस जी मेहमान के अचे उनके वेलकम करे ऐं कॉन्फ्रेंस जो तारीख़ी प्रोग्राम पेश करे अज़ीज़ फिज़ा कलोलो असांजे कनाडा वाली है अजीत फिज़ा कलोलो मेहमान के हाज़िर बानी ऐं कॉन्फ्रेंस जो प्रोग्राम
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, salam, namaste, and GSA. My name is Fiza Kohoro, and I'm a member of the World Sindhi Congress Canada chapter. I am delighted to welcome you all this morning, and would like to thank you for joining us for what is sure to be an excellent conference. Before we begin, on behalf of World Sindhi Congress, I would like to extend our gratitude towards the University of Westminster and all of those who have helped make this conference a reality. Located in the southeast of Pakistan, Sindh is home to more than 60 million people, a rich cultural heritage and vital natural resources. Sindh is also one of the poorest and has a contentious history with the government of Pakistan. With the growth of international and regional terrorism, large-scale transnational development projects such as China-Pakistan Economic Corridor and Pakistan's problematic human rights record, Sindh sits at a nexus for some of today's most significant international affairs issues. Especially 2022 has been extremely tragic, as the people of Sindh and Pakistan have suffered an unprecedented flood, destroying millions of homes and making millions of acres of land underwater. More than 4 months have passed, and still several 100,000 people live in the open sky, on the sides of roads, or in makeshift huts and tents. The goals of this conference are to bring awareness and understanding the ongoing problems affecting Sindh and its people. An examination of human rights issues, the aftermaths of the floods, mismanagement of the water at River Indus, transnational development projects, and international and regional security concerns will provide a basis for thorough discourse and understanding of Sindh's key geopolitical role. This conference brings together technical experts, academics, policymakers, students, and practitioners into space to further understand and advocate for meaningful examination and action in Sindh and Pakistan. Sindhis have been suffering decades of economic, political, and cultural subjugation in Pakistan. The recent geopolitical change, in which China has begun massive economic influence through their mega project CPEC, will adversely impact Sindhi people's lives at an unprecedented level, and further jeopardize their survival as a nation. These projects are being built without due democratic consent, nor consideration for the historical, political, demographic, and geographical rights of the Sindhi people. These projects are seen as designs to settle people outside Sindh, to convert Sindhis into a minority in their own homeland, and to further the appropriation of the natural resources of Sindh. Sindhi human rights defenders who have voiced their opposition to these projects are seeing the Pakistani state's aggression through enforced disappearances, imprisonment, and extrajudicial killings. Today, World Sindhi Congress has invited various researchers, academics, political leaders, leaders, human rights activists, and journalists from around the world to participate in this conference. The speakers brought together from around the world are highly regarded in their fields of work and boast an impressive list of accomplishments, publications, books, and long histories of activism. This year's program includes such exciting and stimulating topics as diaspora working together, regional environmental justice, and the fight for Sindhi self-determination. Along with the presentations and discussions, the conference also aims to pass important resolutions and allow participants to leave the meeting with a deeper understanding of the situation in Sindhi and actionable plans. In addition to the fascinating topics we will be covering during the conference, we also have the pleasure of bringing you a book launch as well as a live concert. We have a full program today. First, we present our 2021 to 2022 annual report. The World Sindhi Congress team may be small and have limited resources, but you will find that we have accomplished many things this year, and we are excited to share all of that with you. We are then starting with our first session on diaspora working together, followed by a book launch. Then we will have a lunch break. Following that, we will move into the second session on the main topic, i.e. floods and sin, and then a brief break before moving on to the session on environmental and national self-determination. World Sindhi Congress Chair Dr. Rubina Greenwood will deliver a fascinating speech leading us into the resolution creation question and answer section of our conference. We will take a much-needed break before the live music concert. To wrap up the day, we invite everyone to join us for dinner and closing comments. We will make sure to publish a summary of the proceedings of the conference in the World Sindhi Congress newsletter, on our website, and in various local and international publications and online platforms. World Sindhi Congress believes wholeheartedly that peace can only be achieved through the sharing of ideas, the recognition of stakeholders, the dissemination of knowledge, and the desire to effect positive change. We are so pleased to have you all here today, so we may learn from each other, and so we may work together for Sindhi self-determination and end the human rights violations in the region. Thank you.
Please stay here. I would like to invite our new arrival in the UK, Dr. Aluba Sundo, here on the stage, please. Dr. Aluba Sundo. And I would like to request Aluba Sundo, Dr. Aluba Sundo, to present Ajrak of the Baadshah, please.
More head down for the audience.
Many thanks, both of you. Wonderful introduction. Thank you, Dr. Now, Helpanallahi Sukra Sudha Kare, Helpanallahi Sukra Sudha Kare, Ahi Gosho, how will be Kandaru. The World Sindhi Congress, UK, Europe, Canada, and America registered है उन्हें डेट पे जो मुख्तलिफ फार्म से कंपनी लग गया है the World Sindhi Congress जो introduction World Sindhi Congress छा करे रही है उन्हें जे activities के present करना I will request Aditya Kaloro to come on the stage, please. Aditya Kaloro, she's from all the way from Canada. Thank you very much, Aditya Kaloro. She will present World Sindhi Congress introductions and activities. Before she starts, I would like to request Aditya Kaloro to come on the stage to present Ajrak Pradeep Kaloro, please. Aditya Kaloro.
Hi, on. It's on. You can see on the monitor.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I'm just going to take a few moments today to introduce those of you that aren't so familiar with our work to the World Sindhi Congress. The World Sindhi Congress has celebrated 34 years of continuancy and advocacy with offices in the UK, USA, and Canada, which work together to file annual financial reports and hold regular elections every 2 years. The mission World Sindhi Congress is committed to is advocating for a nonviolent, democratic, and grassroots struggle to achieve national self-determination of Sindhis and other oppressed nations, and for the environmental justice, separation of state and religion, and protection of religious minorities and the rights of women. The World Sindhi Congress team is not only hardworking and dedicated, but also well-connected and well-respected inside and outside Sindh. They hold a broader perspective, working with a shoestring budget that relies on the members and the community. The objective is to create a better understanding amongst the international community about the disadvantaged status of Sindhis in Pakistan and about Sindhi people's struggles for their human rights, including the right of self-determination. To advocate and support all organizations working on human rights, sustainable development, equal rights for women, and religious minorities, as well as conflict resolution and peaceful initiatives in Sindh. And to promote and encourage the association of Sindhis living throughout the world.
Next page. Next.
The means of creating such awareness include, but are not limited to, organizing seminars, publishing newsletters, reports, and research papers, working with the media, non-governmental organizations, academics, and other conscientious individuals. Our campaigns cover a vast majority of issues, including those of national self-determination, the separation of state and religion, equality for women, and Sindhi language and culture, and conflict resolution. In today's day and age, the best way to increase awareness is through the use of social media. The World Sindhi Congress has a large presence on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, harboring over 150,000 followers amongst the platforms. World Sindhi Congress has been holding regular elections since 1988, and this is the list of the current elected executive committee from 2022 to 2024. The World Sindhi Congress has liaisons with various organizations towards issues in Sindh and works with organizations such as the Sindhi Association of UK, the Sindhi Association of North America, the International Sindhi Women Organization, the International Human Rights Commission of Hong Kong, and many more. The recent achievements from 2010 to 2022 include meeting with the WGEID of UN to issue an appeal, meeting with the AAPG on religious freedom, meeting with various U.S. congressmen and congresswomen, holding briefings and panels in UN and UNP-FII, publishing yearly reports on missing persons, and meeting with Canadian parliamentarians. Recent accomplishments also include Dr. Rubina Greenwood being elected as the Vice President of UNPO on April 22, 2022, and the launch of the WSC fundraiser to provide humanitarian aid for the flood relief on September 4, 2022. They also include presenting issues at the 48th session of the United Nations Human Rights Council
and holding various protests and seminars on issues such as enforced disappearances and genocidal activities in Sindh. WSE rallies also addressed issues of domestic violence in Sindh and the role of overseas Sindhis in relation to human rights violations in Sindh. The 32nd International Conference in Sindh 2020 covered the struggle for human rights, democracy, and environmental justice in Sindh. WSE continuously raises awareness on the issue of forced disappearances through rallies in the UK, US, and Canada. The World City Congress also addressed the environmental consequences of the China-Pakistan economic corridor whilst rallying against mega dams and projects related to CPEC. In Canada, World City Congress members have been working with ministers of foreign affairs in order to increase outreach and advocacy. In 2018, WSE held meetings and briefings at the UN discussing the construction of dams on the Indus River, enforced disappearances, extrajudicial killings, and forced conversions. The demand to stop human rights violations in Sindh is central to the values of the World City Congress. WSE engages the Sindhi community through celebrating Sindhi language and culture through Sindhi Remembrance Day, Sindhi Cultural Days, and the annual conferences. This was the UNPO's 13th General Assembly where they adopted a resolution on Sindh. Recent achievements also include activist workshops, fire relief and flood relief work, successful advocacy for the release of forcibly abducted activists, and the reach out to diaspora. These achievements, along with newsletters and WSE albums, can be found on the World City Congress website. Prior to 2016, World City Congress has continued their fight towards human rights for Sindh, including, but not limited to, the 2015 report on extrajudicial killings, the 2014 International Torture Victim Day, various rallies for human rights in 2013, flood relief work in 2011, and annual Sindhi Cultural Days. Similar work has been in continuation since the establishment of the World City Congress, with rallies, conferences, meetings, and fundraisers strengthening the advocacy surrounding Sindhi human rights. It's the continuation of these rallies that has led us to be strengthened in our advocacy. The best way in which to help World City Congress achieve its human rights goals is to engage with us on social media. You can subscribe to our e-newsletter at www.worldcitycongress.org and like on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the links on the screen. You can register with us on WhatsApp, donate times and funds, and volunteer in our research and campaigns. We also have our annual report posted, and we've presented a video of quick highlights. Thank you.
Thank you.
Many thanks, Dr. And I welcome the rest of the people who have recently joined us. Welcome to World City Congress Conference on Sindh, that fourth conference on Sindh. And this nicely leads to our next session, which is building alliances among the diaspora. So still a couple of speakers are missing, but we have got few people. So I would like to invite Mr. Hassan Ghosh on the stage, please. Mr. Hassan Ghosh.
I
would like to invite Dr. Shadi Suno. Is Dr. Shadi to the side? The building is in the hall.
No.
I would like
Okay,
to
mark that.
invite
Mark that.
Rahul
Sure.
to come on the stage.
Ajrak.
Please, to President Ajrak, to Mr. Hassan Dost.
अॻियां वठी अचोसि
I would like to request Dr. Ram Kundani from Dara Work Foundation UK to come on stage, please. And I would like to request Abdul Bigari to come on the stage to present Ajrak to sign off, please. Abdul Bigari. I would like to request GL Kadri to come on the stage, please. I would like to request Mr. Shehzad Overview to come on stage, please. And I would like to request Rahul Bigari to present the matter, please. As Abhi Dwakar presented, that the World Sindhi Congress works all over, not only individuals but different organizations, diaspora especially. And in the UK we have Pakistan guidance with different organizations. There are a couple other organizations, they are not present at the moment. In fact, the major focus of World Sindhi Congress has been to live with the communities and other nations of Pakistan, such as Baloch, Pakhtuns, Saraikis, Kashmiris, not only in the UK but in Europe as well as in North America, Canada. Therefore, every year we invite our friends who have been part and parcel of World Sindhi Congress with our struggle for human rights, restoration of democracy, peace, justice in Pakistan, as well as all parts of the world. जंहिं वक़्तु पंहिंजो तोख टुटो जंहिं वक़्तु पंहिंजो तोख टुटो मूं ईअं सम्झो ॼण मुंहिंजी गर्दन हल्की थी ऐं दुनिया भर जा महकूमो ऐं दुनिया भर जा मज़लूमो जे महकूमी मां को छुटो मूं ईअं सम्झो ॼण मुंहिंजी गर्दन हल्की थी कंहिं हंधि बि मुंहिंजे कातिल जा जे हथ लॻा भले मूंखे ॾे केॾो घुटो मूं ईअं सम्झो ॼण मुंहिंजी गर्दन हल्की थी. So the World Sindhi Congress does not work in vacuum. Either no party or no organization can work vacuum. We have to work together, develop relations, develop strong alliances with organizations, especially in diaspora, who are same-minded and work for the struggle for peace, democracy, and justice all over the world, and especially in our regions. That's why the focus of this session is diaspora connection of World Sindhi Congress. My first speaker is Mr. Hassan Dost. Mr. Hassan Dost belongs to, is a central committee member of Baloch National Movement and also joint secretary who is living in exile. So I would like to request Mr. Hassan Dost to present his views on this conference, please.
सबसे पहले کہ انہوں نے مجھے نظام بخشا اور اس کانفرنس میں دعوت دی. اس کے بعد میں ان کے آنے والے جو نئے دوست کابینہ میں ذمہ داری اٹھا کے اس بورڈ کو آگے نگرانی حاصل لیا ان کو مبارکباد پیش کرتا ہوں. آج اس کانفرنس کے حوالے سے جو حالیہ دنوں جو فلڈ اسپیشلی سندھ اور بلوچستان کے کچھ علاقوں میں آیا تھا اس حوالے سے، لیکن میں اس کو بحیثیت ایک پولیٹیکل ورکر کے سیاسی نگاہ سے دیکھنے کی کوشش کروں گا، کیونکہ میں یہی سمجھتا ہوں اس کے پیچھے ایک جو پوری دنیا میں جو قدرتی آفات کی شکل میں آ رہے ہیں، دنیا کے تمام ممالک اس معاملے میں سیریس ہے، اس کو حل کرنے کی کوشش کر رہے ہیں، لیکن دوسری جانب ہم دیکھتے ہیں کہ پاکستان کے ریجن میں یہ کچھ قدرتی کم جو وہاں کے حکمرانوں کی طرف سے ظلم زورا کی جبر کے سامنے دکھائی دیتا ہے. کیونکہ ہم یہ بات کہتے ہوئے حق جانب ہے، جب سندھ جو ایک زرعی علاقہ ہے جہاں کے اکثریت لوگوں کی زندگی بود باش اسی زراعت سے وابستہ ہے، لیکن جب ہم دیکھتے ہیں وہاں کے غریب لوگوں کو، دہقانوں کو یا زمینداروں کو جب پانی کی ضرورت ہوتی ہے تو ہمیں یہ دیکھنے کو ملتا ہے کہ پنجاب کی طرف سے جو پانی تھوڑا بہت آتا ہے انہی علاقوں کو، چاہے بلوچستان کی نصیر آباد ہو یا سندھ ہو، تو وہاں کے تمام پانی کو بند کیا جاتا ہے تاکہ ان کی زراعت متاثر ہو. جب سیلاب کی شکل میں آ جاتا ہے تو اسی کو وہ اپنے تمام دریاؤں کے پانی کو انہی علاقوں پہ چھوڑ دیا جاتا ہے، یا ان کی کوشش یہی ہوتی ہے کہ ان دو اقوام کو یا کچھ شادی کے ذریعے معاف کیا جائے، ان کی معیشت کو، ان کی زراعت کو، ان کی زندگی کو متاثر کیا جائے، ان کو اس زندگی کے لیول پہ لے جایا جائے، اس غربت کی لیول پہ لے جایا جائے جو آلریڈی وہ بالکل نچلے سطح کی زندگی گزار رہے ہیں. پاکستان کے حکمرانوں کی اور بھی کوشش ہوتی ہے کہ یہ دونوں اقوام اس لیول سے بھی نیچے اتر جائیں، تو پانی بے انتہا اسی طرف چھوڑ دیا جاتا ہے، تو سیلاب کی شکل میں انہی لوگوں کی زمینوں کو، ان بندوں کو غرق کر کیا جاتا ہے، پھر اس کو بلیم کیا جاتا ہے، اللہ تعالیٰ اس کی ذمہ داری ڈال دیا جاتا ہے. حالانکہ آج اس جدید دور میں، اس ٹیکنالوجی کے دور میں اور اس آج کل کی میڈیا کے دور میں ہر بندہ واقف رکھے اصل میں حقیقت کیا ہے. تو میں اس کانفرنس کے تھرو سے ان حکمرانوں پہ تمام ذمہ داری ڈالنے کی کہہ رہا ہوں، کیونکہ اگر من ایسی انسان یا ایک ڈیولپ قوم کے ملک کے اگر آپ پلاننگ کر رہے ہوتے تو اس طرح کی نوبت نہیں آتی. اور اس کی دوسری جانب میں دیکھتا ہوں کہ وہ بلوچ اور سندھی کے لیے اس کی زمین کو، ان اقوام کو بچانے کی کوشش کیوں کریں، کیونکہ روز اول سے ان دونوں اقوام نے میرے خیال میں بدر ضد اس کو نہ اپنے حکمران مانے ہیں न उसको अपना मुल्क माना है, क्योंकि इन दोनों अक़वाम की अपनी सरजमीन है, अपना कल्चर है, अपना सब कुछ है, लेकिन इसको जबरन कब्जा किया गया है, जिसका बुनियादी वजह वही नेशनल क्वेश्चन है, जिसको पाकिस्तान के अंदर तस्लीम नहीं किया जाता। मैं बहैसियत एक पॉलिटिकल वर्कर के इन दो अक़वाम के साथ साथ जो पश्तून का आजकल मसला चल रहा है, इन तमाम का, इसराइलियों का, इनका तमाम का बुनियादी मसला वही नेशनल क्वेश्चन है। जब तक आप इन अक़वाम के नेशनल क्वेश्चन को हल नहीं किया जाता, ये मसले की तरफ चलता रहेगा। हम देखते हैं अगर इस फ्लड के दौरान हजारों की तादाद में, बल्कि लाखों की तादाद में हमारे जमीनें और हमारे लोग शहीद हो गए, क्योंकि उनको कसदन मारा गया, उन्हें शहीद किया। तो इनसे पहले पाकिस्तान के फौज और उनके हुक्मरानों के हाथों हमारी क्या जिंदगी रही? अगर एक तरफ फ्लड से हमें मार दिया जाता है, तो दूसरी तरफ कुछ सारी के जरिए हमें मार दिया जाता है। और जो सबसे बड़ा सवाल, जब से इन दोनों अक़वाम ने अपनी आज़ादी की बात शुरू की है, तो तीसरी जो तबाही है, जो पाक फौज कर रही है, जो किल और डिल पॉलिसी के जरिए, अगर मैं कहता हूँ 100-200 बंदे सैलाब में मारे, आज हजारों की तादाद में सिंध और बलूचिस्तान में पाकिस्तान फौज ने मारे और उनकी लाशें फेंकी। तो उसके अलावा सिर्फ बलोच मिसिंग पर्सन, कुछ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन यही कह रहे हैं, उनको फिगर्स है कि 55,000 मोर देन मिसिंग है। तो हम क्या रोना रोए और क्या डिमांड करें पाकिस्तान जैसे एक मुनाफिक मुल्क से कि हो मैं ऐसी इंसान, या आज अपने जो इन अक़वाम को कह रहा है कि बलूचिस्तान में ऐसा है, सिंध में ऐसा है, या अक्टूबर में ऐसा है, तो उनको मैंने ऐसा समझ के उनके लिए कुछ प्लान करे ताकि उनकी जिंदगी, लोगों की जिंदगी कुछ बेहतर हो, लेकिन नहीं होगा। क्योंकि आज सिर्फ सैलाब से नहीं, बल्कि सैलाब से पहले हजारों नहीं लाखों की तादाद में बलूचिस्तान और सिंध में लोग खुले आसमान का जिंदगी बसर कर रहे थे। तो इन दोनों अक़वाम ने ये महसूस किया, जब तक हम इस गुलामी की जिंदगी में जिंदगी गुजारेंगे, तब तक हमारा जिंदगी यही होगा, कुछ भी खूबी या तब्दीली इसमें नहीं आएगी। उस वक्त तक मैं वैसे एक पॉलिटिकल वर्कर की यही समझता हूँ, जब तक ये दोनों अक़वाम अपने सरजमीन के खुद मालिक नहीं होंगे, उस वक्त तक इनका किस्मत यही होगा। पाकिस्तान के हाथों, पाकिस्तान के फौज के लोगों को उठाकर उनकी लाशें पहन देंगे, या कुछ सारी की सूरत में इनको मार दिया जाएगा, बेघर कर दिया जाएगा, या सैलाब की शक्ल में कुछ आ गया, इनको सैलाब के जरिए मार दिया जाएगा। क्योंकि पाकिस्तान को इन दोनों अक़वाम की जिंदगी से, इनकी कल्चर से, इनकी बुदबाश से कोई मुफाद मकसद वाबस्ता नहीं है। पाकिस्तान अगर इस टाइम जिंदा है, तो वो इन्हीं दो मुल्कों के नाम पे जिंदा है और चल रहा है, इंटरनेशनल सतह पे इनकी सौदागरी कर रहा है, और दुनिया को फंस कुछ डाल के पर्दे के पीछे उनसे तमाम जो भी मुआहदा करते हैं, उनमें न सिंधियों की मर्जी मंशा शामिल है, न बलोचों की मर्जी मंशा शामिल है। जहाँ बात जिक्र हुई सीमेंट की, आज जदीद दौर है, सोशल मीडिया का दौर है, वो जमाना गुजर गया कि आप लोगों के सामने, लोगों के आंखों में पर्दे डाल के कुछ कर सकते थे। आज सीमेंट का ये हाल है कि अलिफ से लेके या तक जो भी भी हो रहा है सारा सब कुछ झूठ का बदला और कुछ नहीं है। इसी सीपैक को दुनिया के सामने ये रख के पेश किया गया कि है बलोचों की दुखों का मुदावा होगा, वहां पे डेवलपमेंट होगी, वहां पे लोग खुशहाल होंगे। लेकिन आज उस सीपैक रूट पे रोजाना हम ये देखते हैं कि पाकिस्तान की फौज इंटरनेशनली सतह पे चाइना के साथ मिलके वहां के लोगों की आबादी को रोंदा डाला जा रहा है। वहां पे सैकड़ों की तादाद में देहातों को मिसमार कर दिया गया। इस बहाने पे सीपैक का रूट वहां से चला जाता है। हमने वहां पे कोई डेवलपमेंट नहीं देखी, बल्कि सारी दुनिया सोशल मीडिया के दोस्तों से देख रही है। वहां पे एक ऐसा रोज नहीं है जहां पे कोई लाश गिरता हुआ न पाए, वो भी पाकिस्तान के फौज के हाथों, जो मीडिया के जरिए पूरी दुनिया के सामने लोगों को उड़ा के रैप किया जाता है। 2 से 4 दिन के बाद उसकी लाश कभी मिल जाती है। हम ये समझते हैं ये बलूचिस्तान की तरक्की नहीं, बल्कि बलूचिस्तान की लोगों की कतलेआम हो रही है। मैं इस कॉन्फ्रेंस के तवज्जुह से तमाम दुनिया के ममालिक से कहना चाहता हूँ कि वो हमारे ऐसे एक इंसानियत के पाकिस्तान के साथ इस मामले में उस वक्त तक कोई भी हाथ आके न बढ़ाए जब तक इन अक़वाम की रजामंदी उस डेवलपमेंट में शामिल न हो। मेहरबानी।
Thank you very much, Hassan. He elaborated case of Sindh and Balochistan very well. Especially, he connected devastation from the pillars. He said it's not a devastation or effects from the pillars, but this is a purely political case, and which is planned is used as a genocide of Sindhi and Baloch people. Thank you very much. Because I have to manage time, so I would like to present facts and figures, but we have printed these facts and figures which are from Livestock and Fisheries Department, and this data was released on 31st October, just few weeks ago, and you can see what's the effect of floods, and this whole focus of our conference is flood and devastation and a political case of Sindh and Balochistan. So, facts and figures sheet is there on the registration sheet. You can have a look on it. I don't want to elaborate it now. And all this devastation, everybody has played a vital role. Not only organizations in the outside, but individuals as well. And main sin from the partition, it was the sin who suffered the most. Our diaspora, our middle class, our business class, because of partition, they migrated forcefully and they were scattered all over the world. Here in the UK, we are very privileged to have Sairam Kalmani. Sairam Kalmani presents Dada Pani Center. He is a committee member of Dada Pani Center and also committee member of Little Red Nursery. He is responsible for NHS organ donation, which is very, very important, especially in context of Asian population, which are the most sufferers, but not for the donors. And he helps Sindhis all over the world, and he was recently speaker of first World Sindhi Business Conference in India early this year, and he is a business management and IT consultant, and also a head of digital transformation at General Optical Council, which is UK government's regulatory body for optical services, and is also chairman of Finance Committee of British Computer Society. And especially in this pillars, World Sindhi Congress presented the case of Sindh, the face, flood effects, to the Dada Center, its committee members, and which was well received. We are very, very thankful for the generous donation, and I think was in thousands, and and we are thankful to be here and for all your support for the previous period of sin those years. Thank you very much.
So, thank you very much for inviting all of you to this conference. Dada J.P. Vaswani always taught us to be on 4 basic principles, which is simplicity, service, purity, and prayer, and we all live by that in our daily practical life. And in today's world, it is not possible to live these principles just as an organization in its isolation. The collaboration is the key word that we always talk about, and we at our local center for the same. And as a result of that, I am interested in here. It's a collaborative effort between our local and World City Congress. I thank World City Congress on behalf of all of you. I will share with you some of the activities which we do at World City. We have satsang on Saturday and Sunday. Earlier it used to be every day. However, in view of pandemic, it is now Saturday and Sunday. And we also encourage the elders to come once a month for Silver Sunday. So what that means is the volunteers pick up the elderly people from their homes and bring them to our hospital. And then it's a sort of foundation. It is not just a satsang, but it's a foundation. And a talk by one of the health-related speakers to educate them as to what different aspects of health are important. And then after they attend satsang, they have meals. They are taken back to their homes by the volunteers. This is activity going on for the last more than 10 years. We also organize the vegetarian festival every year during summer months, and from Sunday, February, August, or beginning of September. And that way we engage with the community in a good way. Average, we receive about 1,000 people during the day, which is a very good number. And it is not just Sindhi community, it's all the people living around the area. We do good publicity for that. Another activity which has been going on for the last over 40 years is the engagement with the homeless people. So on every Wednesday, there is a team which picks up one couple picks up the freshly prepared food from home of different people. They take it to urban area, and at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m., they serve food to homeless people. Again, the key thing is that food is tasted first by the volunteers before it is served. And on some of the days, it is really heavy or it is very cold, then less homeless people will turn up. So whatever food is left behind is not thrown away, but it is taken by the volunteers to their homes. So that's another key activity. And on 2 occasions, once in summer and once in winter, we offer the essentials to the homeless people. This winter then living clothes and living stuff, and this summer then assisting with the essentials we do to the homeless people. The next activity which we the inspiration from Dadaji was found when he was 98 years old. He was 98 years young man, because he used to say that if you want to be young, then at the age and whatever simple digit works out, feel like that. He always felt like that. So at 98 years young age, he inspired all of us to have a nursery based on Indian curriculum in the United Kingdom with the techniques to promote the human values, not just the values, but the human values. And we started preparations for that. And in September 2017, the nursery started its operation. It's now in its 6th year, and it's been doing very well. Not financially this year almost is still that until this moment we struggle financially. However, it is proven to be a very good platform for the local community, and it's not just for students, it is for anybody and everybody. And we have the staff from all walks of life. They are not just Indians. The staff, the nursery manager herself is Muslim, and the other staff members are from different parts of the world. So that's again positive. We are contributing to the community as well as promoting the human values there. The next activity I would like to talk about is the open donation, and this we started last year. Initially targeting only the Sindhi community. We were very successful. We had 4 events. First event was to create awareness only. Second event was to talk about to encourage the living donors to share their stories. The third event was for the patients who have received the organs and are still alive to share their stories, what the struggle was, and how they went through the whole process of transplant and finding what their life is. And the last one was to help to inspire the people who pledged to donate the organs. They shared why they thought it's important. And this is a big subject within the black and minority ethnic communities as compared to the non-black and minority ethnic communities. The number of people who are pledging to donate their organs is far less, and therefore the awareness is required. And we take the pledges on the day, and we have to link and we click on the link and register your pledge. And based on the success last year, this year we have been awarded again, and we are changing the approach this year. We are now collaborating with the organizations and then have one event with them in a year and make that as a regular annual event so that the awareness increases year by year and the number of places increase, and thereby the community will benefit by and large. And the last one which I would like to talk about is the activity we just mentioned by the Emperor. It's working with World City Congress to generate some funds for the city community in Pakistan. Dr. Lakulwana nicely shared with us a very impressive presentation. It was very emotional to the Salvation Center committee, and we took it very seriously and we collected lots of funds. And then the challenge was how to send it. And one of the major options that Dr. Lakulwana suggested was to send it to the Salvation Center in Pakistan. But having worked around that, we couldn't do so. We don't have an account in Pakistan. So we again went back to Dr. Lakulwana, and he suggested some local organization associated with the same cause. And we have donated the funds there. It was like 7 million pounds.
More than 7,000.
It was more than 7,000. I am aware of something that he says. So again, to reiterate that we believe in working in collaboration, and this is an approach that this is what activity that I'm happy to answer any questions.
Ram Tuman Sahab, badi meherbani. I Ram Tuman Sahab, Radhan Center, Radhan Center, you refugees, and you spoke child there. I think strong need is to bridge the gap. Bridge the gap between city communities living not only all over the world, but in Indian cities as well. And you are pioneer, your organization is great. I think this is very strategically very placed in that position who can play vital role. So World City Congress is striving to bridge that gap and connect people to make case of strong, in case of city strong at international level. And we look forward for your cooperation.
Thank you very much. I want to highlight here that about 10-12 years ago, one Sufi music program was organized at Saudi Center.
Yes.
Yeah,
I wonder.
Sadiq Fakir came, and Sadiq Fakir.
Correct. And I wonder why it was only once.
I know.
There should be more connections, more engagement, and more collaborative programs between our areas.
And to take that subject forward, we are going to organize one program on organ issue at Saudi Center, whereby we all will be involved.
Baadshah Nmha Ajrak में सिंधी संघ यूनाइटेड किंगडम सोशल एंड कल्चरल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आहे जेका सिंधियुनि जे कल्चर खे ऐं उन्हनि जे तकलीफ़ुनि ते जेको पंहिंजी वसाइस कमु करे सघे थी करे पई बाक़ाइदा हिकु ऑर्गेनाइज़ तंज़ीम आहे जंहिंजो इलेक्शन प्रोसेस थिए थो ऐं हिन सालनि जे आहे करंट पार्टीअ में शहज़ादो वॾियो उनजो वाइस चेयरमैन आहे सिंधी संघ यूनाइटेड किंगडम जो and Shehzado is a pioneer in our field, especially in the northwest, and bring all the cities there. He started that work from like 2001, and we came as a single, alone, on our own, but now we all got families. And especially if you go in Bristol, Dartford, Sheffield, Manchester, I think that's a major contribution of Shehzado in this country. I give space to Mr. Shehzado to present this masterpiece.
Thank you, Guru, for nice introduction. Thank you, University Congress, for providing good platform of Sindhi Sangat. Sindhi Sangat United Kingdom is a social, cultural, non-political, non-religious organization created in 2004. I'm one of the founding members of the Sindhi Sangat United Kingdom. And one of our key objectives is of the organization to liaise with other diaspora organizations. For that reason, we have always been connected to World City Congress in the UK, whether it's SDA, Sindhi Diaspora Association, and about JP Badhwal Sadhu Vaswani Center, because 2008, that was the year when Sadiq Fakir came to perform in about Manchester program. And before that program, me and Abdul Jabbar Qureshi was president of the Sindhi Sangat United Kingdom. We traveled all the way from the north to south, from the east, and went personally to Sadhu Vaswani Center. We had an invitation card published at that time. We gave them card to the organization to come and attend our program in Manchester. Not only JP Sadhu Vaswani Center, we went to Community Center in Edgware, Sindhi Community Center, and then Sindhi Community Center here, just I think couple of miles on the Edgware Hero side as well. We went to Sindhi Doctor Association, the organization, to come join hands together to celebrate. Being a Sindhi, we are limited number of Sindhis in the UK. We understand every person has their political opinion. Some are political, some are non-political. So this was the reason we we created the Sindhi Southern United Kingdom to give people a space to come together and work together, to be part of the organization and work with other Sindhi diaspora organizations. So for that reason, and then Sadiq Fakir came in 2008 to Baadshah Center to perform. That was a wonderful program. And Dadi Ghora, some Ghora the other day. So Ghani ka Ghani Ghora jika Sadiq Fakir by Baadshah Center. So he was Marahum. He was very happy at the time. So this is the reason. So is I would say collaboration. Collaboration between the organization is very important. I think we have worked together previously. We have done so many combined program over Sindhi countries previously, like a Sindhi Independence Day, Cultural Day as well. And we're going to continue to have that collaboration in the future with Sindhi companies, SDA, or Sindhi Association of the UK, or other Sindhi organizations working in the UK or outside the UK. And for this flood relief, every organization are being collected within their capacity funds and they did whatever they could possibly to provide for the people, but the magnanimity of the incident in the Sindh is too much. Whatever you would say is nothing, it's like a little drop in the big ocean. So we even sent 100 kilograms of cargo with the new unstage, very nice winter clothes for the victims of the Sindh. Obviously, it just go to one cave, it just disappears. It was never there. So much need, and with so much we have to work together. If we working together, then we can achieve more. And we achieve better. And we can bring new ideas and to reach the people who have not been reached before, and they create this opportunity for the people to come forward and work together. So, for Sindhi Southern United Kingdom, we are always there. Our Sindhi country is working together. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for inviting. Thank you.
बड़ी मेहरबानी की असांखे हांगान कयो जे असां वैसी कांग्रेस से दफा वेलकम कई था ऐं मूंखे ख़बर आहे त तव्हां तमामु सुबुह जल्दी निकिता हूंदव 5-6 बजे तॾहिं हिते ॿुधायो ऐं तव्हांजी बुख मिली हूंदी तंहिं करे आउं टाइम कॉन्शियस आहियां की असां टाइम मैनेज करे सघूं था एक्टिविटीज़ टाइम हर त जीअं हर शइ कॾहिं वक़्तु सर थी सघे ऐं इन खां अॻु असां सेशन खे कंक्लूड कयूं. And I will give few minutes to audience if you want to ask any question from our speakers, from our panelists today, from this session. Any? Yeah.
So, I wanted to ask Mr. Baloch, very wonderful presentation, and I do believe that the destinies of Sindhi and Baloch are so tied to each other. And just wanted to know how things are in terms of flood relief in Balochistan. I heard pretty horrible stories there too, but I would like to just get more idea. Are you?
जो बुनियादी नुक्ते नजर
बच्चे को नजर करना नहीं था
बलोचों ने यही महसूस किया है वहाँ के जो भी जमींदार हो या जो गरीब लोग हो जिनकी जिंदगी की गुजर बसर उन्हीं चंद गर्म की दामों होती है, तो वहाँ पे भी यही हाल हमने अपनी जिंदगी में देखी है. उनका दो किस्म का रोना होता है, या पानी ना लेकर रोना है या पानी बहुत ज्यादा सैलाब की शिकल में यूज करना है. इसको मैंने पहले भी बता दिया. इसका बुनियादी नुकता यही है कि पाकिस्तान इस तरह पाकिस्तान का ताल्लुक सिर्फ उसी जमीन से चाहे वो जमींदार हो, चाहे वो पोलिटिकल हो, चाहे जो भी हो, उनके दरमियान और पाकिस्तान के दरमियान सिर्फ एक ही रिश्ता है, वो रिश्ता जालिम और मजलूम का है या काबिज और मजलूम का है। तो बुनियादी वजह है, जब तक ये बुनियादी वजह हल नहीं होगा हमारा हाल उस टाइम तक इसी तरह रहेगा। तो उससे बेस्ट यही है कि हमारे लोग अपने मालिक खुद बने, अपने ज़मीन के मालिक खुद बने, अपने फैसलों के मालिक खुद बने, तो फिर उसके बाद शायद हमें ये दिन देखना नसीब हो।
Any other questions or any queries, please? Thank you very much. Dr. Nmha Ajrak, yes.
बलोच साहब से कि हमारा सबसे ज़्यादा मसला ये है कि ये जो हर रोज़ पाकिस्तान इस्टेब्लिशमेंट नई नई चीज़ें खड़ी करता है, इश्यूज करता है, कभी लैंड ग्रैबिंग का हुआ, कभी कि हमारे जो लोग हैं वो डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो जाते हैं छोटे छोटे इश्यूज पे, तो हम अपनी कौमी जदोजहद का जो फोकस है उसको मेंटेन नहीं कर सकते। आपके ख्याल से क्या, what are you thinking that what we should be doing, how do we strategize, because this issue is not only for Sindhis but it's also for Balochis. It's a similar thing that we have a lot of other small issues are initiated and given to the people to diverge their focus to the main agenda of freedom and right of self-determination. ये जो चैलेंज है हम उसको कैसे ओवर कर सकते हैं हम लोग साथ, कुछ थॉट्स हो, को आइडियाज हो?
इसका बुनियादी वजह यही है, इसके लिए आपको अमली तौर पे मैदान में आना चाहिए। इसके बैकग्राउंड पे हम देखते हैं, जब बलोचों ने कुछ जो हमारे पोलिटिकल लीडर थे जिनके साथ हम रहे हैं, एक जगह में पॉलिटिक्स शुरू की, उसका बुनियादी नुक्ता नज़र यही था जो आज हम कह रहे हैं कि नेशनल क्वेश्चन को पहले हल किया जाए, इनकी कल्चर को माना जाए। जो बुनियादी नुक्ता है आप उसको छोड़ेंगे, कहीं और इधर उधर जाओगे तो भटके रहोगे। उनका नुक्ता नज़र यही था कि जी खैर है, हम जो है पाकिस्तान के पार्लियामेंट के अंदर रहते हो, पार्लिमानी निज़ाम के अंदर रहते हो, अपने जो बुनियादी जो छोटे छोटे मसले मसाइल है, रोड है, नाली है, गली वगैरह, इस पर करके खैर अपने एम्स को हासिल कर सकें। लेकिन हमने आजमाए, आज पाकिस्तान का जो पार्लिमानी निज़ाम है, जो झूठा जमहूरी सिस्टम है, वो आप सबके सामने, उसमें कितनी गंदगी फैली, जो आज इमरान की सूरत में दूसरों की सिरत में जो सोशल मीडिया की जीनत बनी हुई है, वो सबके सामने। तो कुछ लोगों ने हिम्मत की, जो हकीकी बात की, जो असल मसला था, जो सेल्फ डिटर्मिनेशन है, या आप इसको अपनी आज़ादी का नाम देते हैं, तो उसके लिए कदम बढ़ाए। तो पाकिस्तान में उसके इस्टेब्लिशमेंट में जिसका हम रो रहे हैं रोज, तो उसने इनको अपने लिए खतरा समझ के उनका उठाना, उनको कत्ल करना शुरू कर दिया। उसके माइंड सेट में यही था पाकिस्तान फौज के, क्योंकि वो खुद जोर के सामने हर वक्त झुकता रहा है, जो आज भी झुका हुआ है। उसके जहन में यही था कि जो 2-4 अक़वाम है जिन्होंने महसूस किया है कि इनको जोर जबरदस्ती आप गुलाम रख सकते हैं, तो इनको दबाया जाए, इनको मिसिंग किया जाए, इनको डराने के लिए इनकी मशक़शुदा लाशें फेंकी जाए, शायद ये काम हो जाए। लेकिन उन आज इसी रीजन में सिर्फ बलोच नहीं, आज सिंधी भी अपनी आज़ादी की हक की बात करता है। उसका भी डिमांड यही है कि मैं आज़ाद पैदा हुआ हूँ, मैं एक आज़ाद सरजमीन का मालिक था, और पश्तून भी आज यही महसूस कर रहा है, महसूस नहीं कर रहा है, बोल रहा है, खुल के बोल रहा है। यहाँ तक कि उसकी जुल्म जब से आज पंजाबी भी पंजाब की तरफ से जितना मेरे ख्याल में गाली सिंध, पश्तूनिस्तान और बलूचिस्तान में जरूरत नहीं पड़ रहा है, आज लाहौर से जो है हवाले। तो आपके सवाल का जो मेन मकसद है कि हम कैसे इसको लेते हैं। आज उन्हीं लोगों की कुर्बानियों की बदौलत आज हम लोग यहाँ पे इकट्ठे बैठे हुए, 4 साल पहले हम क्यों इकट्ठे नहीं हुए। इसके लिए यही चाहिए कि ईमानदाराना तौर पे आप अपनी जिम्मेदारियों से फरामोश न हो। जब आप अपनी जिम्मेदारियों से फरामोश हो जाएंगे तो यकीनन ये मोमेंट, ये जदोजहद पीछे रह जाएगा। अगर आप ईमानदारी के साथ जो आपकी सरजमीन का हक होता है उस हक के लिए लड़ेंगे तो यकीनन जितने भी, क्योंकि इन सब पे जुल्म होता आ रहा है, इस जोर को तोड़ने के लिए पहले कुर्बानी मैं कहता हूँ कि उन बलोच शोहदा को जाता है जो सरेआम आके लब्बैक करके इस जुल्म के खिलाफ आवाज बुलंद की। तो वो जितने भी कत्ल हुए, जितने भी पॉलिटिकल वर्कर, आम लोग, आज 75 रहे, लेकिन लोगों ने यही फैसला किया है उस गुलामी की जिंदगी से यही मौत बेहतर है। लेकिन आज लोग जो जिंदगी गुजार रहे हैं तो वो बेहतर यही समझते हैं कि मतलब आज दश्त के इलाके में जो ट्विटर के साथ है, लापता लोगों की लावारिस एक जो BBC में रिपोर्ट की थी, एक कब्रिस्तान बनी है। लेकिन उस गुलामी की जिंदगी से लोग बेहतर समझते कि वही पे दफन हुए। तो उन्होंने ये फैसला किया हुआ है कि हम अपनी इस जदोजहद को बिना आज़ादी के नहीं छोड़ेंगे, आखिर तक नहीं जाएंगे। और सिर्फ यही जिम्मेदारी बनती है तमाम मजलूम अक़वाम के, को एक दूसरे के साथ कोऑपरेटिव हो जाए। पाकिस्तान की स्टेब्लिशमेंट की कोशिश है, आज बलोचों के अंदर मतलब बलोच ही है, टेरर स्क्वाड के नाम पे बलोचों का कत्लेआम किया जा रहा है। उनकी कोशिश होती है कि आपस में एक दूसरे की छोटी छोटी चीज़ों को उलझाया जाए, छोटे छोटे चीज़ों पे उनको ऐसे मसरूफ रखा जाए तो जो उनकी मेन मकसद है उसे अर्थ है। आज पाकिस्तान की तमाम मीडिया पॉलिटिक्स आकी हुई रुकी है तोशाखाना पे, जिनको खैरात में मिला हुआ है उन्होंने चोरी करके बेचे, अपने बेटे जो भी किया उधर से करने लगे। आज निश्तर हॉस्पिटल में जो है 500 लोगों से ज्यादा हॉस्पिटल लाशें उठाई जाती है, उन पर मीडिया खामोश है। तो पाकिस्तान की कोशिश यही है, उसकी एस्टेब्लिशमेंट की फौज की कोशिश यही है कि लोगों को छोटे छोटे चीज़ों पे, पार्लियामेंट के नाम पे, अपनी लंबी लूड़ी जमहूरियत के नाम पे वर्गलाया जाए, उनको वहाँ पे इंगेज किया जाए। जैसे कि बलूचिस्तान में डेथ स्क्वाड है, उनको फ्री हैंड दिया गया है। मंशियात मतलब 10 साल पहले बलूचिस्तान में कुछ ऐसे इलाके थे तसव्वुर नहीं कर सकते कोई शख्स पी रहा है, अगर पीता तो इंतहाई शर्मिंदगी महसूस करता था। आज वहाँ पे जो है ना उसी इलाकों में शीशा हीरोइन हाँ, तो ये उसकी कोशिश है लोगों को मंशियात के जरिए थोड़ी सी मिनिस्ट्री की लालच देके तो उनको इसी तरह भटकाया जाए। तो हमारी मजलूम अक़वाम की कोशिश है कि इस चीज़ों से दूर होके अपने असल मकसद की तरफ इकट्ठा होके आगे बढ़े।
We welcome Sai Abdullah Khan Khattak and Sai Pasim Nabi and our conference. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Just to conclude this session,
before they conclude, I want to introduce 2 more persons who have come to this conference from Saudi Arabia.
Thank you.
One, Mr. Rajesh Bhochandani, he is also a committee member, and second person is Mrs. Veena Kundanani.
thank you very much. Welcome Rajesh and Veena. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming to us. Just to conclude this session, I will say 3 words: inclusiveness, connectedness, and collaboration. That's the key. That's the message of the day. We have to do. And I just say Michael Jordan's words to conclude this session: talent wins the games. Talent wins the games, but teamwork and intelligence wins the championship. Let's win the case of our nations, of our nations in Pakistan. Thank you.